Recent online reports claim that Shanghai's local finances are strained, prompting the government to borrow 10 billion yuan, approximately 1.38 billion USD, from at least 8 temples, including Jing'an Temple. Recently, a screenshot of an article from NetEase News has gone viral. The article's headline reads, "The tightness of local finances may far exceed your imagination. We are truly out of money." According to the article, an unnamed official from the Shanghai Municipal Finance Bureau revealed that to balance the financial statements for the first half of the year, Shanghai has temporarily borrowed 1.38 billion in incense money from temples within its jurisdiction, including Jing'an Temple, Longhua Temple, Jade Buddha Temple, Dongling Temple, Baohua Temple, Baiyun Temple, Panlong Temple, and Hongfu Temple. Among these, Jing'an Temple contributed the most, providing 660 million. For the Chinese Communist authorities, borrowing money and seizing money are essentially the same thing. The news that Shanghai authorities borrowed money from temples immediately stirred up a hornet's nest within the Chinese Communist Party. Party media outlets, including the People's Daily and Xinhua News Agency, uniformly published articles urgently debunking the rumor with the headline, "Did Shanghai borrow 10 billion yuan from Buddha?" Authoritative departments respond, "Purely a rumor." Could this news be a rumor? In fact, there's a precedent for local governments in China borrowing money from temples. Last year, the Hebei district government in Tianjin reportedly borrowed several hundred million yuan from the Dabei Yuan Temple in March and April due to a lack of funds to pay salaries. By July, they ran out of money again and returned to Dabei Yuan for another loan. However, the temple refused, stating, "No one has ever come to our Buddhist temple for alms. We are not benefactors." The Chinese government's vigorous effort to debunk this revelation likely stemmed from the fact that Shanghai's GDP accounts for nearly 4% of the national total and has consistently ranked at the forefront nationwide for many years. If even Shanghai, a key economic powerhouse, is resorting to seeking help from temples, it suggests a dire situation for the mainland Chinese economy as a whole. Last June, a widely circulated video showed Shanghai's bustling Fuxing Road transformed into a desolated scene. In the video, a Chinese man pointed to the empty buildings lining the road, remarking that the exodus of a large number of expatriate managers from Fortune 500 companies has caused a sharp decline in luxury housing rents in Shanghai.
最近上海的房租暴跌了吧？
Recently, rental prices in Shanghai have plummeted, and even I know why. It is because all the foreigners have left. In the past, these areas were filled with foreigners. Now there is not a single foreigner left. All are Chinese people. Some neighborhoods in Shanghai, like Mingyuan Century City, Zhali Garden, Huijing Garden, and Wutong Garden, used to rent for as much as $1,400 to $1,700 per month. These houses were rented only by foreigners who are working in Fortune 500 multinational companies. Now that the foreigners have left, no one is renting the house, and with the economy not doing well, rental prices are definitely dropping. One of my friends used to be a landlord making a lot of money a few years ago, but now they're losing money badly because no one is renting their property. The video reveals the fact that terrifies senior officials in Shanghai. A significant number of foreign executives working for Fortune 500 multinational companies have left China. This signifies that multinational corporations are accelerating their exodus from China. While it appears to primarily affect rental prices in Shanghai, its true impact extended to the economic development of Shanghai and even China as a whole. In December last year, Taiwanese obstetrician and gynecologist Dr. Jing'an Temple posted a photo on Facebook showing Shanghai Hongqiao Airport being extremely deserted, with many shops closed and unusually few passengers. He wrote, "It is truly unbelievable. This is Shanghai Hongqiao Airport Terminal 1 on December 13th, 2023 at 6 p.m. when I checked in. I was really shocked. The flight was scheduled to depart in just an hour and a half, yet there were so few people. Am I one of the last few to check in?" The surroundings were also eerily empty. On that day, his flight departed earlier than scheduled. He said, "This is the first time in my life I've ever experienced a flight departing ahead of schedule. When we took off, there were hardly any planes on the tarmac or runway." He mentioned that during his visit to Shanghai for an event, he observed few pedestrians on the street and many shops were empty. He shared the photo of the deserted Shanghai Hongqiao Airport with his Taiwanese friend in Shanghai, who commented that this was currently the norm. His Taiwanese friends also told him almost all the foreigners have moved out of his luxury villa area, and local wealthy people are also rushing to liquidate. The Taiwanese businessman sighed and expressed, "How can Shanghai be called Shanghai without foreigners?" In August 2022, netizen Yan Yan Mama flew from Shanghai to Guangzhou for a business trip and noticed that the once bustling and prosperous terminal had become desolate. Initially, she thought it was because her flight was too early and the shops hadn't opened yet. However, upon closer inspection, she realized that many shops had ceased operation. Even Shanghai's re-owned traditional pastry shops were empty, and even KFC was closed during breakfast hours. Not only Shanghai Hongqiao Airport, but also Shanghai Pudong Airport was similarly deserted. Almost all international duty-free shops has closed down. This is Shanghai Pudong Airport. After passing through security on my way to the boarding gate, all the duty-free shops along the route were closed.
应该是疫情闹的，就是经营不下去了。这个是候机口的一个。
This is a commercial area near the boarding gate. Only this one shop is open. All the others are closed.
然后呢，往前走。
Continuing forward, there is another commercial area completely shuttered with barriers in place. Ahead, only a tobacco and liquor store remains open.
前边有一家是卖烟酒的在开门。
Last August, netizen Mu Gege filmed a video at Shanghai Pudong Airport showing the departure hall at 10 a.m., previously bustling with long queues. Now many shops were closed, the atmosphere was quiet, and finding a place to eat was challenging.
好饿，我要打看这一侧算是人多的，看好多店铺依然是关闭的状态。免税店以前都人山人海排着队，我找半天没有找到吃饭的地方。
With the mass exodus of foreign invested enterprises, the financial deficit of local Chinese governments are becoming increasingly severe, to the point where even the salaries of government officials cannot be guaranteed. In September last year, at the entrance of the Guangxi Guilin Broadcasting Bureau, around 30 people were holding banners demanding their wages. The banners read, "No wages for half of a year. We need to survive." On September 4th last year, many retired teachers from Jutai City, Jilin Province, gathered at the city government office to protest because they were not receiving their retirement pensions. In videos from the scene, the retired teachers demanded immediate explanations from the authorities. On September 12 last year, employees of the Second People's Hospital of Duancheng County, Heze City, Shandong Province, took to the streets and marched to the county government to demand their wages. It was reported that the hospital staff had not been paid for 8 months. The video showed hundreds of medical staff appearing together in the hospital building, then walking along the sidewalks of the street, and finally assembling outside what appears to be the county government gate. Several security personnel were present on guard duty at the scene. There has been online speculation that the construction of a new hospital wing has led to the massive financial losses, pushing it to the brink of bankruptcy. Allegedly, hospital employees have lodged complaints online accusing the hospital of medical corruption and claiming that the wages have been unpaid for 7 months. Reports also suggest that imported equipment worth tens of millions of yuan have been left to rust and gather dust in the hospital basement.